Hi guys, welcome back to Life with Cassie. So today we are going to be making homemade cough syrup for adults and kids. You're going to start out by pouring 2 cups of tap water or distilled water into a mason jar. And guys, make sure it is a glass that you can seal tightly. And now you're going to measure out your local honey. You guys can find it local, raw is always best. And I get this at our local health food store. And so there's 2 cups. So I made a bulk batch of this for my family. And I am just pouring the honey in there. And now I'm realizing that my jar was a little too small. And I'm going to need to improvise here fairly soon. Yes, as you can see, it got rather full. So now I was trying to figure out how to make this work without making a mess. So I went and grabbed a spoon and started just taking a little bit out to make room for the apple cider vinegar to come. And I like to use Bragg apple cider vinegar. I was out, so I had to use some store-bought apple cider vinegar, but it had the mother in it, so everything worked out okay in this batch. Yeah, it's just a great value brand, but it works just as well and is significantly cheaper. So I'm using 1 cup of apple cider vinegar to the recipe. And now I am going to be putting in my cayenne pepper. And since this is the bulk recipe, I ended up using 4 teaspoons, which seems like a lot, but it mends in the refrigerator as it sits. And it's not as spicy when you first do it, but it's really not that bad once it's with the honey. It's a little sweeter, or on the sweeter side. So I decided to put it all in this one jar and shake it, and then I separated them after I was done shaking the jars. So you're just going to take it and shake it to incorporate all that honey goodness. And guys, I would love to say that my kids take this willingly, but it's usually a fight. It is an acquired taste, but I do swear by this recipe. It works very, very well if you have a really bad cough or even a really severe sore throat. And you can honestly warm this up if you wanted to. I never have, but I don't see why you couldn't. And then I'm gonna leave the recipe down in the description box below. I think I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the bulk batch and then a smaller batch recipe that you guys can do. It makes it a little bit easier for the measurements. This was just a bulk batch for us. I had bought the honey at the health food store and I had a lot of it, so I wanted to make 2 good jars. And so what you're going to do with it when you're done, you'll give 1 tablespoon to kids and 2 tablespoons to adults every 4 hours. And even if you guys want to do it more than that, it's not going to hurt because there's no medicine in it. It's just all natural ingredients. Yep, so I was just separating the jars a little bit to incorporate the honey. And so next time when I make this recipe, I am definitely going to use a bigger jar if I'm going to make a bulk batch. So now that it's all incorporated, I'm gonna take this jar. I ran out of labels, so you can write on the canning lid jars. So I just took a Sharpie to write that on there. And then my other jar had a label on it already, so I just took this Sharpie paint pen, and you can take a chalkboard marker if you want. These jars were going to be specifically for the homemade cough syrup, so I decided just to use the paint pen. And I have found, guys, that if you want to get the paint pens off, nail polish remover works really well on the chalkboard labels, because I haven't found anything that was strong enough to get it off. Yep, so there you go. There is the homemade cough syrup. If you guys have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'm also on Instagram. You can follow me over there at life_with_Cassie_85. Thank you for watching.